and a half.
Yeah! We're doing it!
There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sober Swole Podcast. My name is Jake Howard.
Woo!
And I go by DJ Swirl.
Chocolate and vanilla swirl.
What's up, everybody?
And before we get started on things, let's give a shout out to Royalty Nutrition. And to help me out with that, as always, here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Warhorse.
Hey, it's Warhorse. Do you want your workouts to look like this? Or do you want your workouts to slay? When Warhorse picks his pre-workout, he wants it to slay. If you want second place, go with somebody else. If you want to be a champion, go with Royalty Nutrition.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Royalty Nutrition is a veteran-owned and operated supplement company that doesn't automatically go to use the cheapest ingredients possible while making their supplements for you. Check them out and use the discount code 37HAKE to save you 15% on your entire order. My next shout out of the evening will be to Gorilla Gains. That's gorilla-gains with the Z.com. They're a fitness apparel company that also makes great equipment that helps keep you safe while you train. Check them out and use the discount code Jake15 to save you 15% on that order as well. Give a shout out to me, patreon.com/HakeJoward. I post workouts that I've written for people over the years that I've been coaching and training. I also do blog style posts, and I also do once a month. I do a Hake Rants episode. This July's Hake Rants was a little bit different because I had Ruth and Marley sitting on my lap because they wouldn't let me do it without them. So check that out. There's different tiers and options. DJ Swirl, tell them about the Buy to Buy Empire.
Yes, Buy to Buy. We specialize in fast, friendly, on-demand delivery, moving, stage, TV mounting, and assembly, which means we help everyone from housewives shopping at Home Goods to bros DIYing it at Lowe's, but most frequently, property managers and real estate agents moving their clients from their current space to their new place. They say teamwork makes the dream work, but what about the nightmare? From your landlord to your dashboard, life ain't fair. If you lack time and got a bad spine, we're here to support you, giving peace of mind from the time you buy until we say goodbye. What you see here is Buy to Buy Studios. Buy to Buy Studios, we do creative consulting. We do remote content creation and post-production. So for every phase of the content creation process, we've got you. If you want to increase your brand awareness, if you want to just increase the quality of what you put out, let us know how we can help, and let's do work together. Buy to Buy Studios at Buy to Buy, BUYTOBYE, everywhere you are. Jake, what are we talking about tonight?
I do believe we're talking about a litany of shit.
Boy, oh boy, what a news day.
Tom DeLonge was right the whole time.
Wait, Tom DeLonge. Is that a... Wait, I don't want to say it wrong. Tell me who that is.
Yeah, he was the first guitar player for Blink-182.
Blink-182. God damn it, I was right.
Where are you? I'm so sorry. That guy.
So he was right. What do you mean he was right? Was he a UFO guy?
Oh yeah, he's been he's a big advocate. Like he started his own company to research UFOs. That's why he ended up leaving the band for a while, kind of thing. Cool. And then
invested. Very good.
Yeah. And then he went on Rogan. If you watch that episode, it was all like Joe would ask him questions about what he knows. Like, I can't tell you, but I know this. So it was like a
Yeah.
So he was out there on the X being like, haha, told you.
Yeah. So is it just coincidental timing that Elon wants to change it to X and the X-Files has to do with UFOs?
It's all a possibility.
Or is it X videos? Which one is Elon leaning toward?
Why not both? This is,
Where we at?
Yeah.
Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah. So X, uh, you're still on there. You're
yeah.
invested in the
Yep.
tweetville. So you probably didn't care at all about the change.
No, not at all.
Okay.
No. The whole reason why I'm still there is one, to promote the show. This gives us another live platform for our show to stream on,
Yep.
which is rad. And then um, I talk shit about the federal government big time with a bunch of other people that talk shit about the federal government big
That's
time.
that's the place you can do. Yeah.
Yeah, so what else am I supposed to do? Watch my kids,
I mean, depends on how active you plan on being as a dad that day, I guess.
I'm active as a dad all days.
You're right, right. That's the thing. You're never not.
All days. No, I've always got shit going on.
Oh,
Today was a Paw Patrol day.
oh, that was
Oh
the
yeah.
issue.
Well, the big kids have already started school. This is their first week back, and then I've been trying to keep the TV off more with the littles. So just here's what you want to watch. We're gonna leave the TV on all day, kind of shit.
Yeah.
And they're playing and nicer to each other now. It's wild.
That's good.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so just to keep things flowing and rocking and rolling, I decided to turn the TV off, and then it was like after lunch. I was like, "Well, you girls have been good all day. You want to watch something?" And they both said they want to watch Paw Patrol. So we watched Paw Patrol up until we went and got the big kids
Nice.
at like 2:30.
Are you guys spending any time outside right now?
Right now, no. I mean, if the girls are awake when I'm awake, they can come outside when I'm doing stuff for the birds and making sure waters are full and feed's good. But that's at like 4 in the morning. So
Speaking of the birds, how are they dealing with this heat?
good for the most part. I mean, we have at the big farm, we have a pretty sweet setup. They have a mister. They have, multiple sources of water, lots of shade. Old Thomas and George are doing fine out here. I have them set up where they have plenty of shade too, and I'm making sure I'm keeping the waters clean and rotated. At about noon, at about 9 or 10, I go drop some like cold fresh spinach out there for them to munch on, and then at about 4, I'll go and I'll take frozen water bottles and lay it out there so they have something to lay out next to. Lots of bird death mitigation I've been working on.
So outside of the heat, bird death mitigation, would you like to expound on that?
Well, I had to, at the farm, I got a call. Well, like it was like late, and this was when Britt had taken our oldest to urgent care and then to the emergency room. That's a whole other story. But what had happened was the big foghorn rooster was attacking a hens, and then another bird. So we thought it was a hen. She goes, "You got to come out and get rid of this thing. You got to come out and get rid of it." And I said, "Okay, fine." So I packed the boy up and Marley because she was awake. So it was me, my 10-year-old, and my 2-year-old on the way out to the farm at like 6 in the morning on, when was that? Last Friday. And I had to, with lethal violence, execute the perpetrator of these crimes.
Ooh.
And then we tried to eat it.
Wait, what do you mean tried?
Well, I ate a leg and it was slimy and gross, and no one else wanted any. So
So when you have to, does it? Because I know that they talk about like humane treatment of animals. Like,
yeah,
does it taste better when they die nicer? Is that the way?
yes,
Okay.
actually, yes.
Okay.
Usually, yeah,
The meat is less tough. I think that's what I've heard.
yeah. There's less like stress hormones released.
No doubt, because they're not.
Yeah, yeah. If you don't see it coming, you don't have time to tense up.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
But this son of a bitch, this poor son of a bitch, he saw it coming. Would not die. It was the most. I was.
So how many chickens have you taken out in your day?
That's my first one.
Like just in maintenance, is that something you have to do? Like when one is attacking like that, you've got to mitigate.
Well, yeah, because something's going on, and like we're not trying to have cockfights
Sure,
and
sure.
shit. You know what I mean? Because all that's going to lead to is not just roosters killing each other, but the hens will get in the way.
So
So,
there's no foster system for chickens.
man, out here right now, like we could try, but we had
Hey,
nowhere else to.
hey, this bird is killing our birds. Come and pick it up. Come take it off.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had no way to like separate it. I've already taken a rooster home. Um, that's all hail George. But and then so come to find out that uh, there's a type of chicken that has, it looks like they have pants,
Okay.
like they have feathers down to their feet.
Is
It
that
looks
a
like they're wearing.
Looney Tunes? Didn't you have that going on?
Well, that was no. So that the one I killed was foghorn leghorn,
Got you.
but no, this one looks like he's just wearing pants.
Okay.
But it wasn't until like last week, really, the sucker's like tail started to be more dude-like, and it developed like a male head. And I was like, God, just please be a masculine hen. Nope.
You
The moment that leghorn took its last breath, like it knew. It was
got,
like,
so so
sweet.
so did you just do that one a favor? Is that what happened?
Pretty much, yeah. I just took out his competition.
Right, right. So it's like, like in an NFL game when two linemen are going at it and one of them throws a punch and then the other one overreacts and they're the one that gets the flag. So you
Right.
basically did that except for you took his head off.
Yeah. I ate his leg.
Oh man. Well, I mean, that other chicken or the other one is very happy.
Yeah. And I gotta go back out there. I haven't been out there yet this week, but I I was telling Kayla, I was like, we got to find more hens because there's not enough hens for these dudes. There's just now. Hopefully, it's just two roosters for real left in this. It's like we got to find people that are just like getting rid of their like some some suburb mom that thought it was cute to get her kids chickens and doesn't want to take care of them or something. We gotta find them. So
I- Is there a spectrum in the chicken kingdom?
yeah, so that's the other thing. That's a problem with introducing more adults or like I guess teenage birds into it. Like the pecking order is already established. That's where the term pecking order comes from,
Sure, sure, sure.
and so there's going to be some tension. Like I try taking the little silkies out just to get them acclimated to George and Thomas the duck, Thomas the female duck, and that rooster is fucking mean to those little chicks. So I mean, George may have to go here soon too.
Jesus.
fucking bullshit.
And that's, dude, and that's like, so like when it comes to humans, that's the nicest rooster. Like I'll have to send you the picture. I have him sitting on my arm, like in the house.
Yeah.
I can just walk up and pick it up. And it's like, oh man, this is where I sit. Like chillest bird until it's these other birds show up, and then the duck, because they're light colored like the duck is. The duck goes into like mom mode and tries to get him to jump into the pond with her, and they, can't swim. So
Right.
I have to run in and.
Oh boy.
not letting you unintentionally kill this $25 bird,
Again,
$5 bird.
I think maybe you're just watching natural wildlife go down. You're just watching them
Yeah.
plot.
I mean, that's part of it. But like,
Swim.
I have to mitigate such actions as much as possible.
I didn't know there was so much maintenance with birds like that. I know that.
It's well, I mean, yeah, but I love it. Like there's when it's not chaos days, it is so peaceful. I don't know how else to describe it. It's really peaceful. You
I
just
mean,
go in and make sure everything's clean. And,
it sounds like people who are green thumbs, like people who garden a lot. Like
dude,
I feel like they have the same sentiment. Like it's peaceful.
yeah, when you catch a nice bird, that like the bird knows you and it'll come up to you and be like, pick me up. How have you been? I missed you. Did you bring snacks? Like
Your birds have deep voices.
yeah. That's how I imagine all birds sound. Hey, how's it going? What are you doing over there?
That had the same tone as the last sound Mitch McConnell made before he froze. I just want to let you guys know. And then Will Smith hit him with that zapper, and he froze up.
It was all over.
So, as someone who is less than favorable of his government, talking about no taxation without representation. If you're somebody who he represents, how do you feel about paying taxes?
Well,
Because goddamn.
he should.
Because I've personally put up a couple of clips when he was clumsy, right? So like,
Mhm.
Trump tripped on the stairs and Biden tripped. McConnell, like McConnell is he 70 yet?
Oh, he's got to be like almost 80.
80. Okay. So,
Yeah,
and
got to be.
they've got great healthcare plans. They've got the best access to all of everything. So the
Yeah.
idea that you are not keeping yourself in tuned up, whatever that means, like you're doing a disservice to
Constituents.
yeah, to your constituents, no doubt. So I just look at it from it's like a lot from liability alone. Hillary had pneumonia and fell, and they were like, "Oh, she's unfit." Like he is now the face of unfit.
Yep.
If you have any, if you got any kind of petty, and you've got a political endeavor, how do you not use that clip?
Well, it's like
That's the most meaningful
he's.
clip I think I've ever seen.
Well,
It
so
makes me feel bad for not watching C-SPAN.
he's about to kick the bucket. Chuck Grassley's like 98.
Wild, man.
Let's see. Obviously, the president is not well. Um, Nancy Pelosi talks like this now. Was it Dianne Feinstein? I don't know if they've just shipped her off to get turned into glue or whatever yet, but she's real bad. Like,
I'll say, I'll say that I feel responsible in terms of not caring more about our representation because I was never taught that it was important. I was just taught like these are the positions that these people hold, and that's about it. And
mm,
so accountability feels like a weird thing for the public that votes these folks in should have to do. But like to see how unfit so many people are and just how problematic. the liability, just in terms of policy, in terms of the follow through on a policy that you might support, for them to just be inconsistent as people, and then just trip every time they try to get up on a 2 foot stage, and then they can't get up by themselves afterwards. Like, that's a problem. That's a problem for a
Yeah.
normal person, let alone someone who has to be in public and take pictures and talk to people and be coherent and be a lead, appear, have the optics of a leader. And this dude froze frame. It's crazy, dude. Have you ever seen that before?
No.
So yeah, the
Yeah.
Men in Black team. Freeze, Mitch. Like, hit him with that zapper. Big big. And then same was it today, the same day? To where they
Yeah.
the former
So today
oh,
today was Mitch McConnell froze. They announced there were people that came and testified before Congress that they have non-human pilots from a crashed UFO. I've seen them.
is that not the
Uh,
most vague description of a alien you've ever heard?
yep. And then let's see. And then
Non-human
what
pilot.
the other big one was Hunter Biden's plea deal fell through.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah.
And the world's on fire.
How about yours? That's the way I like it. I never get bored.
Yeah, man. So what are they calling UFOs now? I feel like I'm seeing it.
Yeah, it's like
HMU, HVU, something.
something like that. It's not UFO anymore. It's something.
Because they're
Some,
clearly able to identify them now.
yeah, it's something vehicle.
So it could be
I don't live Google anymore. That's
it could be an animal then.
yeah.
It's non-human, a non-human pilot.
Yeah.
Is that how you describe a monkey that you throw into space? Is it a non-human pilot?
Obviously,
Yeah,
that Russian dog.
yeah. So maybe they're just working on some hybrid type stuff, and so that's what they have to call it.
Oh,
Alien.
speaking of that Russian dog, do you know that JFK, like the Russian dog that made it back alive, like, had puppies, and JFK had one.
No idea what you're talking about.
So Russia used to shoot dogs and like chimpanzees and shit into space.
Oh
Before they
yeah.
sent
Okay.
And then they had a dog that made it back, and then that dog had puppies, and then President Kennedy had one.
How do you know?
Sorry. How do I know that? It's just like how I know, like, the Iron Sheik beat Bob Backlund for the World Heavyweight Championship in Madison Square Garden, but Arnold Skolin threw in the towel, and it wasn't really officially a tap out, but they called it on a technicality of his manager calling it quits for his wrestlers who didn't want to get hurt.
Fucking bullshit!
Yeah, it's how I know a lot of stuff that has got me millions of dollars, obviously.
Oh man. So are you the news? So aliens are here. Do you again? We talked about, and this again last. I don't know if it was the last time we recorded or whatever, but I was talking about how Independence Day wasn't free on Independence Day stream anywhere, and so is that where your mind goes? Do you go to Independence Day? Do you go to abduction style? What does your mind?
I am at the point where I don't trust the government so much that I want to see it.
And if you do see it, how do you know it's not staged?
Right. No, but like,
How can you validate the authenticity of what you just saw?
no, I want to see Bleep Blorp and Kong come down my road.
Complete blorp. Oh man. Uh yeah, I
Oh.
don't really like there's so much other stuff that you can got from that.
Yeah.
If it's an alien, then it is what it is. I don't know. If you want to if they are superior intelligence and they're watching us believe in these constructs, right? And so if they're watching us and you happen to lead a life that isn't bound by fear, that isn't bound by traditional religion, and they see this and they're like, "Oh, we'll take a chance on that one." So I feel like if anything, they if I get beamed up, that it might be actually be a good time.
Yeah.
Or it might be a pleasant experience. And it's just that propaganda that people have been getting zapped up and it's been a good time this
Yeah.
whole time, but they have to sell it as a fear thing in order for the people to not want to do it.
Hang on. Sorry.
Because I'll believe that when I see that.
Sorry, I just had a.
You good?
Yeah. So there's been this sussy kid kind of walking around. We think it's our neighbor's grandson, but maybe. But he's had me on high alert for a while. My cameras just went off saying they saw a person. So
Okay. Get ready. You're locked and loaded, right? Aren't you ready? I was to say. I thought that I took that. We went live. I was like, I'm pretty sure he's ready for whatever.
yep. No, it was really weird. So what was really suspicious about the first time I saw this kid was we were getting ready to leave, and this kid's just standing across the street from our house. And then he goes over to the neighbor's house, doesn't go inside, just stands there and is kind of watching us.
Yikes.
Then he goes to the corner, kind of by the park. Then he's just standing there, kind of poking his head around the corner and looking back at us.
So he's casing the joint.
Right.
Okay.
And I'm going and I'm double checking my cameras and stuff around. And I see him coming around the back, looking into like my yard. I was like, okay.
And how old? How old are you talking?
Man, this,
Like a teenager into some dumb shit?
yeah,
Okay, okay.
perhaps.
I just want to set a bar for like not an adult.
But my thing is, I'm an adult into some dumb shit, and I have way too many kids
Oh,
to
I don't
worry
I
about.
that point at all, sir.
Yeah,
At,
so my my spidey senses have been piqued.
yeah, I bet.
On top of the other crap I can't talk about yet. My 14-year-old being an asshole. You know,
Yeah, fun time.
life.
Well, I had a major fail myself today.
Go
Uh,
on.
I I have a system for when I book clients that essentially allows me to vet the request to see if it's not a bot, to make sure it's not, someone who's just price shopping or whatever, but I actually get to have insight on their situation so I can give them the most reliable quote. So, based off of the arrangement with the networking group I'm part of, we make it a point to refer everybody. And so I got another referral, and I have a system to where I get an email, and then I double check that email on the software, the SaaS software to serve. And this I've been doing this since I started, and there are times where I get an email, I go and I check the calendar, and there's no actual, like, it was a little colored grid for the time, and then I click on that and it gives me the details. But there are times when that grid is missing and it's just blank, and it's because someone has the idea to either shop for an estimate, or they it was an accident or whatever, or they just simply changed their mind, and so the request disappears because they're no longer interested. Big deal. Happens very often. So I check my email, have a request. Go to the software, nothing there. Okay, keep it moving. Go about my day. Today, this morning, I have my um, my personal chapters meeting is every Wednesday at 8:30. And so I'm at the meeting. Today's my featured presentation, which is my first opportunity to give my chapter their best impression of me. And so it's a 10-minute long presentation. I was up all night working on it, and this morning, I'm a perfectionist. I'm gonna make sure that I work harder than I need to make sure that it comes out at least okay if I mess up. So same mantra, same mindset. So I get up this morning. So I go to bed at 1 o'clock. I wake up at 4 and put the finishing touches on this so that way it's front of mind when I show up. I look at my email and that same notification popped up, and again it was for this morning. And so I click on my software, boom, there it is. And I'm just thinking that was there on Monday and I didn't see it again until Wednesday morning. And so now with my mindset and with the way that the process has worked for 4 years, it was an inquiry. It was someone looking to get information. So there was no conversation about price. There was no expectation on what we were moving. There was details in the request, but there was no actual communication confirming the request, no paperwork sent or signed. So I looked at it as a request because of how the nature of the business works. I thought that it was just a glitch in the system, kept it moving. So I have my phone on do not disturb, go through the meeting, presentation goes off great, speak with a couple of my chapter members um, afterwards, setting up one-to-one and stuff in the future. Sure enough, as soon as I turn my phone off of do not disturb, bow, 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 all of these messages from the referral who is now 45 minutes past where the start time was and is like, where are you guys at? 4 years, dog. Never had someone have an expectation with no communication. Not their fault. Not their fault. It's all me. It's all my fault. And so, like, this was a referral from someone else who's also in the same networking group. So the last thing I want to do is disappoint them or their referral. So it's like
Right.
I tried to make it right, and they needed it done today. They took work off today, so gotta bite the bullet on this one. Nothing but apologies on my end. It was a blemish in an otherwise decent track record. So I'll take it for what it is, but it's just a hard pill to swallow every time because it's another opportunity. Because so often I get from my dad, the mantra is get a gig from a gig. You impress people enough at the one gig that you wind up getting another one. So I simply look at it from the loss of any potential opportunity because I didn't get an opportunity to make it right. So, and that's their prerogative. And if I had that expectation and put myself in their shoes, I understand completely. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I agreed before today went down to go to the meeting of the person who referred that business to me tomorrow morning. So now I've got to go into that situation knowing that I've got to explain myself. So, I mean, we do this on a public platform. So I have no problem being transparent, especially when I make a mistake, because my goal is to learn from it. So I'm a double and triple check now because fucking a simple update is basically what the cause of it was. It just wasn't populating on my calendar. And so now the timing was perfect. And I missed another meeting that I have to call tomorrow and apologize for that one because I had a meeting for the next endeavor I'm working on, and so possible investment opportunity. Fucking ghosted him, and so I'm just like, yay! So I from my meeting, and then it was like crash bang boom right afterwards. So just know, man, it's a different disappointment on my end, but not alone.
Because it do indeed be like that sometimes.
Oh man, oh man. But who
Your
knows?
AC's working at your house? Everything good there?
We got a new one put in a couple months ago, so yeah, it better be working.
Ooh, look at you, big dick dude.
No, no,
Ooh,
no, no, no.
giant working days.
No, just an expectation of how something's supposed to work. If it's newer, then it should work. Because
I've
we
got two
had,
that aren't really working right now.
yeah, we had one. We've been in this house for 13 years now, and
Well,
we've had the same how we had the same AC unit that entire time. So this is the coldest it's been, probably the most efficient it's ever been. So I apologize. I'm sorry for your
nah,
inconvenience.
man. This whole house needs to get rewired. The whole damn thing.
But dude, this is record heat.
Yep.
Record heat. So like, this is way beyond. And I had an extended conversation with our AC guy, our HVAC guy, Scott ACs, and yeah, we were talking about this heat, man. There's no reprieve. There's no relief.
No.
No, has there been a haboob yet?
No. I just got a notification just now saying that there's gonna warning. Here comes a dust storm.
Okay.
But I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, man. No precipitation, no nothing. And going out to Manhattan Beach last week, dude. 75 degrees at during the day, 68 degrees at night. Gotta make it a yearly thing, because
I'm just
no relief.
here to party, man. That's all I know. That's it. Now the I don't I'm so tired of this house. I don't want to I hate this house so much. Like, it's big enough, it's got the space enough, but it's like the moment we think everything's under control, it's like absolutely not. You've made a mistake.
Isn't that just how life works in general?
Oh yeah, and then like
And just like you got all your fucking ducks in a row, and then you get a chicken that likes to eat your ducks.
well, and you know too, because we've talked about it a little bit, but like we've got some shit going on, dude,
Yeah.
and it's not good for everyone involved's mental health. So like, roll with it.
Yep.
But remember, was it when we first moved in, or no? It was when we still lived at the old house. When that AC went out. No, that was this house. That was this house because the little, looking like a Lord of the Rings dwarf man came over and fixed it. I bought that portable AC
Yeah.
that Brittany was telling me to take back, and I said, "So guess what I'm going to set up in her? Guess what I'm going to set up in her office."
Did you head shake? Wag the finger and give her the head too.
Oh, we keeping this. Shit breaks around here all the time.
Yeah. That's a
So
dub.
I'll probably do that when we're done. I'll go and get my girl her office AC set up.
Will you require an attaboy? Or will you take note if she doesn't give you an attaboy? That's, I guess.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure. Those points out.
Yeah, because and then I guess the littles and I was just hanging out upstairs. BFD.
Sweating.
No, the AC upstairs works.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if it's in a single isolated room, it keeps you pretty cool.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So I mean, like then that AC, put it in Britt's office. It'll kick ass. Then I'll just go and I'll turn the one downstairs completely off at the breaker, and then hopefully not eat up as much power. So suck it.
Oh man.
That's blood, guts, and chaos, man.
Yeah.
Every time.
Oh, did I tell you about the move I did that sucked? Gigantico huevos?
The what?
The gigantico huevos?
No. Oh yeah, I saw. You didn't tell me about it, but I saw your.
Yeah. So I left a little live. I normally don't go live. Shout out to my guy Frankie, AZ Life Apparel. He went live yesterday, today, and he doesn't normally do it. So shout out to him for taking that step, because I'm the person who likes to be behind the camera as well. May not feel like that, may not seem that way, but kind of gotten comfortable, and we're in our own space. So this is the most comfort I guess I can feel doing it. But like,
Yeah.
just making that as a small business owner, just doing it so that way you have that extra engagement. Shout out to him for doing that. Um, and then I completely forgot what I was going to say.
You're talking about how your dog shit move.
Yes. Oh my gosh. God damn, I'm trying to forget it. So I take work as on a third party apps, fill the gaps in, take work when things are slow. I did a move on Monday, I guess, that was a flat fee. So I was going to get paid the same whether it was 20 minutes or 5 hours. Took 5 hours and took 5 hours because it was a you plus the customer kind of situation. It was me and mostly me the last half of the move. There's stairs involved. It's 115 degrees outside, so it's like I got on my I reached out to them and was like, "Yo, where are you at?" And long story short, it was just it was just a bad situation. And so how I was left feeling, the person who hired me to help was left feeling the same way because the person their roommate was supposed to help as well and they just basically just gave him the cold shoulder. I'm in front of their face. It was really weird to see, but yeah, so I got really lightheaded and I was just like, this is not worth even if I was getting paid my rate, it's not worth fucking getting hurt over. And so
Mhm.
I told him I was like, I'm gonna take an extended break. You guys take care of all the rest that I put out, and then we'll take care of the rest of the 2 man stuff after I get my money. Exactly what happened, and took care of it. I did another job for another gentleman yesterday, and second story, me plus him. I made more money, and it took me a third of the time because he helped me. I'm just like, it made me more annoyed that I had to go through that bullshit because the customer they just bit off more than they can chew. And, they're talking about, oh, I was gonna do this, but you show up sometimes and people like they start to try and gas themselves up. I feel like the more that people gas themselves up, especially in front of people who do service, like service industry, it's like, oh, you're just that's like clout. It's like internet clout. And so
Yeah,
sure enough, we start moving stuff, and then my back, my neck, oh, my shoulder, oh, this, and you're just we've been moving for 3 minutes. Like we got 45 minutes of hard work in front of us. And so we got it done. But I went live and I went live afterwards. And it was just like, just follow through, man. Even if you get frustrated like that, like, remove yourself from the situation. I was overheated. So I needed to calm down. I needed to bring my body temp back down. Once it did, I was like, all right, you ready to work? Let's work. So ended on a good note. But like, it's crazy the way that people have expectations in this heat, in this weather. And
right.
they would not have had to touch a single item of their own furniture had they paid $50 more to get a second person to help. $50, and it caused all this conflict. It was just like that's what it's worth. That's what the FOMO is for people who cannot see them paying someone to do something that they think they can do themselves.
Yep.
The wild happens regularly, way more than it should, I think. But I signed up for it, so
Man, got a pretty good friend of mine that has a moving company. I usually call him.
yeah, decent guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had to move after I got in this bad car wreck that really fucked my back up too. So like, I wasn't gonna be doing that one on my own.
Yeah,
So
no doubt, no doubt. Oh boy.
whatever. You've had the last two times we talked. I know we took last week off, but man, your patience level when it comes to ignorant folks when it comes to your business is impressive.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
That's it. Because there'd be at least once by now where I would have stopped and said something along the lines of, "Are you fucking stupid?"
Believe me, man, that situation plays out in my head every single time. Every
Yeah,
time.
that's why I must commend you on your patience.
It's
It has to be.
it's simply pros and cons, man. It's always a negative. It's always a con. And
Hmm.
as long as I can remind myself that it's not worth the petty relief that I'll feel, put my 2 cents in, I'll keep it moving. And like you, and I guess more people like you notice, they just don't say it, but it turns into a referral. It turns into, you know, just speaking well of me when I'm not around, which is the only thing I try to, the only thing I look to get out of that is by being consistent like that, having that patience where others won't. Hopefully, someone speaks well of me when I'm not there. That's it.
Well, I mean,
Or on our podcast, that'd be cool too.
yeah. You know. Oh, speaking of our podcast, I need to apologize to Jesse Flowers. I don't
Yeah.
know if you've been following any of that. Um, so I put out the call not too long ago about getting people to come on our For the Love of Fit segment, and he said I would love to do that. And I said, how about you just come do a show? Because not only is he a bodybuilder and a competitive bodybuilder, but also he is a recovering addict that has a pretty cool story to tell.
Ooh.
And so he was supposed to come on the week that we didn't record. And then we're like, okay, we'll do it this week. And then I didn't even set any of that shit up and didn't realize it until about 6:30, which and so Jesse is a good dude. We are going to get him on the show. You can follow him on Instagram at _Mr. Flowers. Check him out and follow his journey. Pretty rad guy. There you go.
We're both on an apologetic tip tonight because yeah, man. I don't want to blame the heat any more than I have to, but like I'll tell you what, after I got done with that, so all the timing with all of the software, blah blah blah, the glitch, whatever. Like, I was so beat after that move on Monday that when I couldn't find it, I was just like checked out. My body, I was so drained from that heat, that sun, man, just destroys you.
Well,
Which makes me have all kinds of apathy for people who get aluminum foiled off of the mountain trying to go out there right now. Like, I haven't watched the news lately, but I'm assuming someone's been airlifted.
hell yeah, for sure. But see, I'm the kind of person that like I love this. I love this heat. I would if I didn't have toddlers toddling around me, dude, I'd be up on a rock somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm just sweating it out. I love that shit.
but you would do it
Uh,
the right way.
yeah,
There's a way to do that, and there's a way that people die. So
yeah. Because well,
you're not a
not
toy.
to toot my own horn, but I could pretty much live.
Right? No doubt, you have experience in hotter temperatures, correct?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So yeah. So
yeah, and way more shit. Hotter and wearing way more shit.
no doubt, no doubt.
Ramadi got hot.
No, as much as I enjoyed the cool weather in California, man, the prices. I'm coming back home ASAP.
Yeah. Well, tell me about your California trips. That's something that we were gonna
Yeah,
touch on, but then
we did.
life.
Yeah, but then we didn't. Yeah, we went to California. We took the girls. My wife and I, we went out there for our baby moon when she was pregnant with Rylan, and then we took them out to see the ocean for the first time and the beach. And so stayed out in Manhattan Beach, and then went to Santa Monica, went to the pier, rode the rides, and did that all up for a day, and got to play football on the beach with my daughter, which was a lot of fun, man. And core memory for sure for me. But yeah, the cooler temperatures was amazing. They are both Arizona babies, so they have Arizona skin. So they were complaining the most of the time,
Mhm.
but they got destroyed by the sun. And so, like, I have a strip on my back that is probably a foot high and all the way across my back, where I couldn't get all the way to my back when I reapplied, and so I didn't get any coverage the second half of the day. So yeah, my back's pilling in a little spot on my back. It's super cute, but no, it was a good time, man. Just to get out, the weather was amazing. Got to people watch. There's a lot of people to watch, California.
Mhm.
But yeah, like we left. I think when we left, gas here was 3.69. We got there, it was 5.19.
Yep.
I was just like, take me back, like insanity, man.
I go and get gas out in Florence now.
How far of a drive is that?
Well, it's on my way to the farm anyway, so it's
Oh,
yeah. So I go and I fill up there for like it used to be like a whole dollar cheaper, but I utilize my Speedway rewards points. I'm getting 5 to 15 cents off every fill up. So
you were living life.
I'm just I drive way too much with way too many damn kids to not be smart about my fill ups, you know.
I hear you. I hear that.
It's like it is the kid. So thank goodness the kids' schools are like across the street from each other. But it is a zoo at pick up and drop off, like way worse than what it was last year.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about it. I'm a grumpy old man as it is. I'm very impatient when it comes to people in my way.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, I just found the notes from everything because last week was when the Jason Aldean thing broke.
Yeah.
Yeah, the writer's strike, all that stuff. So yeah, we were out in California and we drove by Universal Studios, and then the next day or later that day, I think on the drive home, I saw that the way they cut all the trees to remove the shade from all the strikers. And they said it's an annual thing, that it was just like convenient timing and blah 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 blah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Weird.
Just like yeah, the vibe in Cali going over there between the the studios being ridiculous with the strike and everything, the state of the homelessness in California, and then like just seeing the different ways that this is breaking down. So you've got, obviously they're outside striking, and then they have the response that they did when they said that it wasn't good enough or whatever. And they're just like, let them starve, essentially. And then, and then you see the story to where they said part of the deal was that they had to spend a day getting scanned, full body scanned, and that they can use that scan for perpetuity.
Yeah. No thanks.
But
No.
that's fucking wild, dog. So yeah, so all of those things going down, and so we're driving back and we're talking, and my wife is like, she goes, at least they get paid, and I was like, well, and so I just had a conversation with her, and I just told her that it's like the UFC parallel, where like there's a small percentage of people in the industry that get paid really really well, but
Hmm.
most of the people who are behind the scenes and like the UFC fighters that you never know, they get paid marginally and they get
Yep.
their face beat in. And these writers are living in California making less than people out here are making on, entry level jobs. So it's like, and they're writing for these shows that are making this amount of money. And so it's like watching all that go down while you're just there for leisure, while you're there for vacation. These people are fighting for their lives, both in the state of homelessness and, the writer's strike. Cause it's like, it's greed, man. Every step of it, every step of the way.
Maybe that's why Danny Trejo's agent hasn't got back to me yet.
Well, that's the thing though. If they're on strike, isn't he not working right now?
Well, yeah. I mean,
Allegedly.
there's no money here. There wouldn't be.
Okay. No, 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 no. Not as a substitute for a paid engagement. I'm saying he's got the time. That's what I'm saying.
Mhm. Yeah, well, he's out there. I saw on his Instagram, he's out there protesting and stuff. And then,
Okay, good. No, I would love to have his perspective, no doubt. Um, but yeah, so with all of the writer strike and everything, uh, you've heard of is it Tubi? Is that the name of the, like, how they have A-list celebs? This feels like a
yeah,
B-list streaming service. So like all the movies are like not good acting or writing.
Oh yeah, that's where I watched CT from the Challenge's new, or not new, but
Say
his
words again.
CT
CT.
from the Challenge.
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay, okay.
Yeah, he had a movie, and it's on Tubi. It's not too bad actually. I
No?
mean, like, it's obviously a B movie,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
there are things that I would have done better with their trained former special forces guys.
sure.
Like, I don't know, maybe trained them.
So does that mean that we're gonna see Tubi movies in the award season because of the strike? Will that influence?
No, there's no way.
Like, do you see it getting to that point to where there's just no new content, no new whatever, and that
Well, the content will change. Like, if push comes to shove, there'll be YouTube movies, and that's you know what I mean? Like,
but
By Divide Studios presents. You
so
know, like,
that's the thing, right? Because so before all this went down, there's always been this stigma that YouTubers are not Hollywood, that they came up through technology in their bedrooms, whatever it is, it's always marginalized to where it's not as significant as the achievements through people grinding it out in Hollywood. And there's
right.
that statement, but at the same time, if everybody is not acting and they all wind up having to become YouTube and fucking Tubi stars, then aren't they just doing the same thing that all of these non A-list people were doing anyway?
Right.
Because they
And
don't.
then
So it's all about access.
there's a statement put out by the Actors Union, the Screen Actors Guild. And it was, even if you're a non-union member that crosses the picket line to work for one of these studios, you will never have the opportunity to be allowed into the Screen Actors Guild.
Access.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, at what point do you go, so?
Because as a consumer, do you care? Do you really care? No.
No, I haven't followed any of this. I'm not gonna lie. I you know, because I grew up um, when the United Auto Workers went on strike. Okay, and you know, like, my grandpa was United Auto Workers through and through. Blah blah blah. Don't cross the picket line.
Yeah.
Like, I remember going down to Peoria so Grandpa could shake hands and hold signs with the guys that were out there, because he had retired because he had his 2 heart attacks in the same day. You know, real bad. Um, but he like, that meant something to me, because I was like, okay, you know. And then when it comes to Hollywood, I especially with the actors, they're adults that play dress up well.
Okay.
And sure, the entertainment value is there, and like, I value the entertainment value, but with the way this world's working now, unless they're churning out some real good shit, then I don't know if I necessarily need a movie star anymore.
Because I look at it from the perspective of what did Hollywood do when the pandemic hit? Hollywood went and doubled down into movies or magic in the theaters. They
Right.
they wanted to make sure that the theater industry didn't die. They're just protecting their own interests. And so seeing everything going down and understanding that a lot of the people protesting are not saying for you to boycott, I don't like I'm not a fan of how that doesn't sit well with me.
Give me 1 second.
Yep.
Yeah, no, roll with that.
I'll tap you back in once you get back. So yeah, the idea that people on strike are not boycotting streaming, uh, it feels it feels almost like a have your cake and eat it too kind of moment, because they want you to still support the industry itself so they have a job to go back to, but the job isn't good to be at now. So um, in terms of everybody with the whole Barbie, Oppenheimer. So, like you said, a lot of adults like to play dress up, and so seeing all these people who dress up for Barbie or went and saw Barbie and Oppenheimer or whatever, like, um, I'm not trying to jump on the bandwagon of supporting any of that.
I missed the first part of that.
No, I was just talking about how Barbie and Oppenheimer, like seeing everybody on strike and knowing that
Yeah.
the people striking are saying don't boycott, it feels disingenuous
I
because
mean, obviously, you want to get paid
or
for the work you did, I suppose.
well, that's the thing. They're not, right?
I don't know.
So if these movies do shit, do they not make money? Do they make more money if the movies that they've already worked on do well? I thought it was like a contractor basis and they work for hire.
Well, so when it comes to like the Screenwriters Guild and like people behind the scenes, I don't know how any of those contracts work.
Okay.
But some people, like especially like your stars or your big features in films, have stuff written into the contract. Um,
To where they
that's
get
why Scarlett.
right.
Yeah, that's why Scarlett Johansson sued the dog dick off of Disney for her uh,
Black Widow.
Black Widow, because part of her contract was she gets residuals from the box office, or she gets a cut of the box office.
Yeah.
And they're like, no box office, straight to the streaming platform. And she's like, hey, dickheads,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends on what your contract was and is.
But if they,
I read it was
what?
one of the kids down getting food. So
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Just want to make sure it wasn't no boy.
yeah, dude, you would have heard some cool noises. A good old fashioned yeehaw!
And then I would be subpoenaed to be part of that trial because I was technically a witness on a live stream.
How hilarious would it be? Is like and as part of evidence, sober swole pod episode move.
You know how much of a bump we would get for that? Oh man.
And how many times did you shoot this young man? Mad dump, baby.
Not coming back from that.
Nope.
But yeah, I don't.
Nope.
And on so the Mario Brothers movie, that's the next thing I'm looking forward to seeing. Like I want to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I don't even know and you have to do research now. You have to dive in order to find out the details of what which studios are on what side of the line because I read something about the studio A24 that they have already agreed to all of the terms with the union. So everything is good if you work for that under that distribution company.
Yeah.
And so it can be done, and that's like a boutique studio, so it's a smaller one. So these big boys could follow suit if they wanted to. So you've got all that going on at the same time as well.
It's the body scan thing is crazy to me. Like, no.
Because then they can age it. They can use AI to just age your body. So when you get older, it would just.
Or when you're dead, you're still making movies.
Yo. Yeah, they do like your
like Paul Walker's brother.
Oh god damn. There it is.
Yeah.
How did you feel about that when you heard about that?
I said, "Oh, cool," because the family agreed. No, because the family agreed to it.
They agreed to it.
You know what I mean? That's different. But I'm saying
consent. Absolutely.
Yeah. No, no. You have to sign this contract. We can use your likeness whenever we want. Fuck you.
Have you watched? Did you watch any Black Mirror?
No. Dust storm, baby.
There it is. Zero visibility. Stop. Pull aside. Stay alive. If you're out there,
no way.
Why are you doing that right now?
No way.
Pull over and watch.
Drive faster and more erratically. Quit being a bitch.
No, there's the latest season of Black Mirror. There's an episode to where they basically talk about this. It stars Selma Hayek, and so they essentially use her likeness without her permission. And so the majority of the episode is these people trying to reclaim their own likeness because of the way studios choose to abuse it. And it's Black Mirror, so it's twisted and it's dark, but it's entertaining. What's up, pup?
He's been good this whole time up until right now.
Now he wants your attention.
Go play. Go eat something.
Is that a Wawa?
No, he's just. It's bedtime. He knows it.
Well, we have been going for an hour, and it is 9 p.m., sir.
We did it. We did it, and we touched on everything.
Certainly did. Next, so I have everything set up for next week then, because we have the off-brand talking about your dad gear. I know you can go off talking about that. So.
Oh, dude, yeah. I have many a dad uniform. Look at this. Look, part of this one. You see this one? That.
Yes.
That's the real Aquaman, baby.
How about we? I mean, how cool would it be if we got you a New Balance deal?
That'd be sick. I've been notoriously a Air Monarch man.
Ooh, pardon me.
Yeah, notorious. If I'm wearing dad shoes, I'm gonna look fly. But I did pick up a pair of New Balance cross trainers.
There you go.
Not too long ago, they've served me some justice.
What shoes did you have on when you were cutting chicken?
Oh,
your New Balances.
Oh yeah, I was wearing my New Balances. Yeah, because they're black.
I feel like it was boots. I don't know why my mind went to boots.
Well, if it wasn't a billion degrees, I'd be wearing my boots. Yeah. But yeah, no, because I'll go out and I'm wearing jeans and my boots, but fuck.
I'm just trying to put the mental image together of someone chopping chicken head off in Air Monarchs.
Oh, I do have the all black ones.
But that most definitely goes down in parts of the country all over the place. That most definitely goes down.
What are you doing today, Dad? These are my murder shoes.
Oh, shit. Okay. Speaking about ending on a positive note, let's get off here before the dust storm comes.
Yes, sir. I gotta go make sure chickens are secured.
Very good. Send us off.
All right, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to the Sober Swole podcast. Once again, my name is Jake Howard.
I go by DJ Swirl.
Chocolate and vanilla swirl.
Warhorse.
Good night, everybody.
Hey, it's Warhorse. Do you want your workouts to look like this? Or do you want your workouts to slay? When Warhorse picks his pre-workout, he wants it to slay. If you want second place, go with somebody else. If you want to be a champion, go with Royalty Nutrition.